the seller does not have to do it, okay? You don't have to move forward in the process of buying if you're not happy, but you can't force the seller to fix something that you find in an inspection, okay? You can ask them to give you a credit, you can ask them to fix it, but they can say no. At that point, we can walk away, no problem. But in California, every transaction is as is. It's written right into the contract, okay? Again, just to clarify, it doesn't mean you have to buy it, and it doesn't mean the seller has to fix it, but it's as is. Does that make sense? Okay. Past liens on the property. So we have a writer here that says, I'm worried about buying a foreclosure because of past liens. All past liens, tax liens, the second lender that was on the property or the third lender, they're gone. They're all gone. So all the foreclosures we're going to see today is only owned by one lender, okay? And that was the first lender on the property, the 80% lender, okay? When the house is foreclosed, the second and third lender, if there's a third, which there are quite a bit of thirds out there, they're wiped away.
Means what does it mean? What does it mean? They don't have any claim? They don't have any claim on the product?
No. When anybody know what a short sale is? Anybody bought a short sale? Oh, you guys are great. I could have trained you on lots of stuff today. A short sale is a pre-foreclosure, okay? A short sale is, Noelle is going to be my owner, my property owner. And Noelle's going to be my guinea pig today. Noelle bought a house in 2006 for $1 million, okay? She was a high roller back then. When she bought the home in 2006 for $1 million, her real estate agent and loan agent told her that, and Noelle was renting at the time, and she was paying $2,500 a month to rent in San Francisco at the time. I'm not gonna fly through the windshield, okay? I promise. Don't get that on tape. Woo! Noelle was paying $2,500 a month for rent, which is average in San Francisco, and her friend was a loan agent and a real estate agent, both, double doozy. And he told her, Noelle, you pay $2,500 a month in rent. Wouldn't you like to own a home? And Noelle goes, I can't afford to buy a home. I have no money to put down on it. Noelle, you don't need any money. If I could get you into a home that you love for a $2,000 a month mortgage, and I can give you $50,000 in your pocket, would you say yes? Would you ask me any questions? Because Noelle and I have been friends for 5 years, you know, at this point, and I'm rolling in the dough. I'm closing deals left and right. Everybody we know in the circle has bought from me. And so Noelle trusts me. Noelle doesn't even ask questions. She may say, well, how does that work? And I say, Noelle, don't worry about it. I'm going to give you $50,000 back at the close of escrow. Plus, I'm going to put you in $1 million property for $2,500 a month. No, not even. $2,000, okay? With your property taxes and your insurance, it'll be about $2,500. So it's the same amount. So Noelle says, woo, I'm excited. She might ask questions, and the question may be, how long will I be paying $2,500? Oh, Noelle, we'll put you on a 3 to 5 year plan. Option arm. Anybody heard of option arms? Option arm loans were loans where you had 5 different options of payment. Anybody know? Somebody knows about option arms, right? Okay, a little bit. So option number 1 was negative AM. So that means that you were paying 1 or 2% of the real interest rate on the property, on the loan, okay? So the cheapest payment is $2,000, and that's 1% of the loan amount every month. But what I didn't tell Noelle, because we're buddies and I didn't want her to know this, is the real rate on the loan is 9%. Okay, but your first 3 years you're only going to pay 1%, $2,000. And after the 3 years, it's going to adjust. Okay? Now, what happened? Noelle for 3 years paid 1%, but her real interest rate was 9%. What happened to the 8% difference? Anybody have any ideas? Did that go away? It went to the principal. So the principal, her principal loan balance was raising every single month. Okay? She didn't really look too much at her statement because I told her in a few years, Noelle, because property values keep going up, we'll refinance and we'll get you into another negative AM loan, option arm loan, and you'll be fine. Okay? Well, 3 years later, if she bought in 2006, what happened in 2009? Where were we? Were there negative AM loans in 2009? Were there stated income? Because what she did was she really made $45,000 a year, but I told her on your application, just write 250. Who cares? Just write 200. You make 250,000, okay? If anybody asks you, you make 250,000. Now, why a lender would allow stated income loans is well beyond all of us. Well, actually, it's not beyond all of us. We know why they were doing it. What they were doing was they were creating these bad loans. They were packaging them to sell to foreign investors because everybody in the beginning of 2003, 4, 5, everybody was looking at America going, wow, look at the real estate market. This is a great market to get into. They're just having double-digit increases every year, year after year after year. All the foreign investors, do you think they looked at the mortgages when they bought them in a bulk? No, because they thought they were very secure investments. Okay? That's why the American real estate market has crashed the entire financial system around the world. Because it wasn't just American investors buying these mortgages, it was the entire world was selling them, okay? And so what happened was in 2009, back to Noelle, she called up her lender. She called up, maybe her loan was bought out by, maybe it was Countrywide, and now Countrywide got bought out of by, who bought Countrywide last year? Bank of America. So now she gets a letter from Bank of America going, we're going to hold your mortgage now. Welcome to the family. And Noelle gets excited because she says, I banked with Bank of America for years. I'm sure they're going to help me get out of this mess. Because what happened was her mortgage payment went from $2,000 to overnight jumped to $8,000. Okay? Because her 1% went to 9% plus principal. Now Noelle could barely afford the $2,000 a month, right? That's what she was affording as a renter. How is Noelle going to pay an $8,000 or $9,000 or $10,000 mortgage every month? Can she? Can anybody help her in this situation? So 2009 was the year of loan modification. Anybody know anybody trying to do a loan modification last year? So Noelle was one of those people. She's not. I'm using her as an example, but she was smart. She didn't get into one of these bad things. But Noelle tried to call Bank of America and do a loan modification. And Bank of America goes, no problem, we'd love to help you out. Just send us over your W-2s, your pay stubs, and all your information, and we're going to run your credit. So Noelle goes, yay, I'll do that. Noelle sends all her information to the bank, and Bank of America, the loan agent, very quickly calls back and says, well, number one, Noelle, your house that you bought in 2006 for $1 million, your loan amount on it is now $1.1 million, but the value is only $700,000. We cannot touch this. Your house is overvalued. You are not qualified as a buyer, as a borrower anymore. You're stuck. We're not going to modify your loan. Because even modifying her loan and getting her a 5% interest rate, 5% plus interest, plus principal, her payment would still be around $7,000. How can she afford that? She can't. It's not going to happen. So the government's plan in 2009 was to help all the homeowners that overbought to buy again, or to keep their homes. The moral of the story is, almost, especially in California, almost every situation is just like what we talked about. Marco, you want to?
Sure.